Hey, what's up, guys? You're back listening to another episode of Josh Wild Presents Pizza Time. We hope you enjoy this episode, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on relevant social medias. The links will be provided in the description below, and enjoy. Bye. We're back with another episode. Woo! We're now on episode 8. I think this is... I can't remember the last time I did this, but I've done 3 episodes on 3 consecutive weeks. Sort of unheard of before, really. Yeah, I thought I'd do another episode now. What's today's date? Is Tuesday the 16th of July. You probably won't hear this until like the 24th or something like that, but that's alright. Who cares? Who's keeping track? Yeah, so what has happened in the last week? Federer lost the final, really. Should have won, but you know. USA won the Women's World Cup. England, it came home for once. It actually came home in the cricket, obviously, so it's not really as important as football, but you know, it's come home, so we're all happy about that. As you can tell by today's title, I'm going to be talking about TedX Norwich. Woo! Before that, I hope you enjoyed the little new intro thing. I'm going to use that until I find a better one or a better way of doing it in every episode, so you'll be hearing that. If you think I should use a different song or get someone else to do the voiceover thing, then let me know who and what song. But yeah, anyway, TEDx. I was helping volunteer at a TEDx event on Saturday, what was the date for that then? Which was on the 13th of July. It was in Norwich at a venue called The Space, which is also where I go to church, which is how I knew about it, because they were advertising the volunteering there. And it was all about something called like Look Again or something like that. And it was looking again at mental health, education, lots of different stuff really. And it was really cool. I didn't really get to do too much of listening to what was said because I was busy doing my volunteering work, and also I wasn't really that interested. But it was really cool. I knew some of the speakers because they were members of the church, and I'm gonna rewatch their talks on YouTube later on once it's online. But yeah, it was really cool. I got lots of free goodies out of it. I got a t-shirt, a hoodie, a little bag with lots of like posters sort of with inspirational quotes and stuff, and I got a free environmentally friendly metal straw. Although I say it's environmentally friendly, the costs of making it was probably a lot, and transportation probably caused some air pollution and all that, and obviously making a metal straw probably requires to take up some resources of this precious earth. So environmentally friendly in the sense that I can reuse it whenever I want, but not in terms of manufacturing, we'll say. But yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Part of the volunteering I was doing was mainly just helping out set up in places like where the food was being eaten for lunch. But it was quite funny, really. There was one guy. We as the volunteers were told not to let anyone eat any of the lunch food which had been set up until lunchtime. But one guy came in and just started helping himself out to food, and he was one of the speakers. I think he was a doctor of some kind, but I'm not sure what his name was because I couldn't be bothered to find it out. But I went over to him very politely and said, "Hey, I know you've already got a plate full of food. I'm not going to make you take it down, like put it all back, because that's just long. I'm not going to make you do that." I didn't say it was just long and all that, but I was like, "Hey, you can't. We've been told as volunteers that we're not allowed to let anyone eat until it is the official lunchtime. And I know you've got your food already, and I'm not going to make you put it back. But I was just wondering if you could just keep it like sort of hidden away that you've got a plate of food, because otherwise people are just going to start coming in and eating, like you have." And he took it very offensively, and he was like, "Well, when you've been up for as long as I have, and when you haven't eaten breakfast, you have to eat something." And I was like, "Yeah, that's understandable. I completely agree. We've got some croissants over there that you can have." and we've got some drinks over there you can have. But we've just been told we're not supposed to let people eat food, but I'm going to let you continue eating because you've already got the plate of food. Just wondering if you could put it away so people don't get the impression that it's lunchtime and they can all start eating. And then he started saying something along the lines of, "Oh well, when you've been shot as many times as I have, you don't worry about little rules like this." And then I was like, "Whoa, you're bringing up like what are you trying to gain from this? Are you trying to make me feel bad about telling you it's not lunchtime? Are you trying to make yourself feel like you're in the right because you're eating the lunch when you're not supposed to? What is going on? Like, this is the most confusing situation." And then obviously, what, I'm not trying to put this in a bad way, but he said to me, when you've got the type of cancer that I have, I can't remember what cancer it was, which he said, because I was like so worked up of like being confused, and I was like, whoa, like, it doesn't need to be this deep. You can just say, yeah, I understand, I'll keep it hidden. I didn't know that was the rules or whatever. But I was just super confused by the whole situation, and then someone ended up thankfully coming over and just saying, like, taking its course, and I just went away and did something else because I knew that I was just gonna get worked up over the situation. Well, I might have got worked up. I don't think I would have, because it was just a simple situation of walking away from it. But then throughout the day, he kept on making comments to me like, "Oh, that person's eating food there. You're going to tell them off as well." And it was just so petty. And I think this guy was American, so the pettiness makes a bit more sense. No offense to any American listeners out there, but he was very, like, condescending to me throughout the whole day, and I just laughed pretty much, because like, he was probably in his 50s, I'm going to say. Obviously a doctor, so he knows what he's talking about most of the time. But then he just kept on making comments towards me, and it made the whole day less enjoyable. And at one stage, he just said, like, he just started roasting me pretty much. He just said, "Oh, your skin looks dry. Like, go wash your skin. It's dry." And I was just like, I was just very like, all of this has come from me telling him it's not lunchtime. Can you hide your food, which you've taken? And it was crazy. It was hilarious to me because I had done nothing wrong. I was just doing my role as a volunteer. And yeah, I just couldn't help but, I can't help but laugh at the situation anymore. Obviously as I said, I don't know the doctor's name, so I can't even, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, publicly out him on this social media. But it just goes to show, like, people out there, when you hear about stories about people being rude to people, you're always like, "Oh, that's funny. I can't imagine that happening to me." But now that I've had that sort of experience, and I had experience a couple of times at TGI Fridays when I worked there, it just goes to show you how people can be so, like, rude to other people for no real reason, which is hilarious to me, because obviously, like, a lot of the time it's out of your control when bad, like, sort of things don't go to plan. And people just need to understand not to take it to heart, because otherwise it's just going to make situations worse, unless you walk away and don't take it to heart like I did. But yeah, so that was my Saturday. Just trying to think of what else has happened this week. Ed Sheeran released a new album, number 6 Collaborations, I think is what it's titled. I've had a listen to it a couple of times. The first time I tried listening to it was Friday night, Saturday morning, whatever it was, and I fell asleep after the second song because I was so tired. But I'm not sure what I think of it. I don't know if it's definitely not his best album. I think his best album was either Multiply or Divide. Those are the titles, I think. Yeah, well, but this one, it seems like he's really forced his studio, or what is it, the record label that he's signed to is forcing him to make music, or he's forcing himself to make music. I think the collaborations are really cool, but there's generally not not that many songs on there that would make it onto any of my playlists. And then, I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan. I went to his concert in Birmingham in 2017, and it was one of probably the best concerts I've ever been to. If not Drake takes that title, but still an amazing show. But yeah, there's not that many songs that stick out from the album. You've got let's get let's get the titles out, and I'll read some names off the old track list. So you got "Beautiful People" by Khalid, which I thought was going to be really good, but it's actually quite a sad song, I think. "South of the Border," can't remember it. "Cross Me," don't really like it. It doesn't. None of these songs sound like Ed Sheeran songs. They sound like songs that he would feature on More Than Right. "Take Me Back to London's a good song. "Best Part of Me" is a nice song. I don't care. It's probably the best song on the album. With Justin Bieber. "Antisocial" is okay. "Remember the Name," again, it sounds like more of an Eminem song than a Ed Sheeran song. "Feels," it's not as good as I think it was going to be. "Put It All on Me" is okay. They're all okay songs. I can't really think of that many. And if you look at all of Ed Sheeran's Instagram posts recently, they seem like he's going through a tough time. And some of the lyrics as well from the album. It just makes me ask, I just don't know what he's going through at the minute, because obviously with the fame and all that, I don't know if it gets to him or not, but it just makes me ask if he's okay or not. Because there was one caption which was he was all dressed up in Versace or something, and he just I know he's probably best mates with Bruno Mars now, but I don't know, he was just like, "Bruno Mars, come at me, I've got more swag than you," or whatever. And I was very confused, because normally Ed, you just associate as a guy in a flannel, checkered shirt and jeans and a guitar. He doesn't normally try to be stand out that much, which is why he's sort of really cool. But obviously he can do what he wants. But it's just where's the old Ed gone? Where's just the simple, give me a guitar, a loop pedal, and I'll play some banging tunes for you. But yeah, I don't know what's happened. I probably will come to like the songs, because he's probably done them in the way that you will want listen again, just to double check you do not like it or whatever, and then end up liking it. But yeah, Number 6 Collaborations isn't my favourite album. Is all I'm going to say on that. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much it. In other news, in the world of Joshua Wild, I have started a new job at McDonald's in a town called Beccles, which is quite local to where I live. It's not where I live, so you can't come and find where my house is there. But yeah, it's good. I used to work at McDonald's before in Norwich, so I sort of know what I'm doing, but it still comes with the nerves of a new job, and if you like the staff and whatnot. But yeah, so far so good. I think they're probably annoyed with me because I keep losing my hat every time, so yeah, keep having to find a new uniform. But I know where my hat is now. It's currently in my work bag, so they like me. Yeah. Obviously, we've got some new podcast exclusive merch coming up soon. It's mainly for me, because I wanted to have a special podcast shirt to wear when I'm about, so people ask me, "Oh, what's pizza time?" or whatnot. But yeah, if you want to buy one, they will be on Wild Shop, ready and waiting for purchasing. I'll get the prices up now. They are ridiculously cheap and affordable for you, and they come in some awesome colours, which I think is pretty cool. We've got Pizza Time merch. We've got a T-shirt which is priced at £13.48p, and we've got a hoodie which is £22.47p, which is pretty cool. And at the minute we've got a special deal on where if you use the code Pizza Time at the checkout, you will get 10% off. I remember at the start of this podcast there was another code which was Pizza Time 1 for 15%, but that has expired. But we've got a new one, a new code Pizza Time for your purchases. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There are some more designs on that store on Wild Shop. The link will be in the description, so if you want to buy any of those, go for it. But that is some podcast exclusive merch, which is made specifically for the podcast. So yeah, that is it for the episode. This is the longest one to date. We're now at 16 minutes before I've edited anything, but I don't think I'll edit too much out. I'll just edit the awkward silences and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Peace.